Hello everybody, right around Australia. This, all thanks to LD Mobile, is NBL Overtime. There is so much happening, so I'm not going to waste any time outside of saying this. Hashtag NBL Overtime. Get involved. Homicide, hello to you.
What's up, man?
Liam Santa Maria.
Let's go.
He's up NBL.com.au.
He's ready.
He's ready. We're ready. The NBL better be ready because South East Melbourne Phoenix, there were some rumblings and then it was made official yesterday. Of course, Boomer, NBA player internationally right across the world, Ryan Broekhoff, is joining the Phoenix family.
Oh, man.
And I'll tell you what, almost as importantly, he's joining the NBL Overtime family right now. Ryan, welcome not only to NBL Overtime, but the NBL.
Thank you, guys. It's good to be here, or almost there.
Hey, exciting times and, of course, a couple of weeks and a few things to get through. But what was the main driving decision to sign back here in Australia and come back to the league?
A big part of it was family. Not being around family for a couple of years now, and got a young son who hasn't met family. Got a 92-year-old grandma that hasn't met him, and that plays a big part in it as well. But obviously, preparations for Tokyo is very important to me, and been sort of sitting around here a little bit too long and waiting on opportunities that just haven't, come to fruition. So really need to get back playing, get back competing, and being close to home is just a bonus.
Rowdy, congrats, mate. Welcome to the league. Shout out Frankston. Shout out Frankston. The man is coming home. Tell us, what are your thoughts on the South East Melbourne squad? 500 record right now. What do you like about the group you're joining?
Yeah, I've been able to watch a couple of games. I think the roster is really strong. NBL is just such a tough competition these days. There are no easy teams, no easy wins. So, I think bringing some outside shooting will help open things up for guys like Sykes and Creaky and guys that really attack the rim. And, I'm just here to help the team compete and win some games, and hopefully we're able to do that.
Was there a little bit of frustration? Of course, the last 12 months has gone the way that it has for so many people. You've had an injury, you've had things more important than basketball that held you out as well, a little bit out of the NBA. But was there frustration starting to build? And did you put a deadline on it when you were going to have to make a decision based on the fact you hadn't played for a little while, as you mentioned?
There's no deadline, but it was kind of getting to a point where I needed sort of enough time and enough games, enough of the season for it to really be worth it. It got to that point where we thought we were getting close with an NBA team, but it just kept getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, and nothing happened. So, as I said, just waiting around too long. It's time to get back playing, and after the year I've had with some unlucky injuries and everything else that's happened with COVID and being waived and the business here in the NBA, I just really look forward to getting back to playing and enjoying basketball and getting that love back.
How important is it for you not only to be coming home to see family, but playing in a league in your backyard that's a world-class league and a legitimate pathway to get you back into the NBA?
It's amazing the progress the NBL has made. Guys that have come back over the last few years have really continued to help build. Obviously Bogut and Brad Newley and those type of guys, and as well as the young NBA prospects like Ball and RJ Hampton from the past season. So, having that mix of, great Australians coming back as well as, some exciting, young prospects from the US has really, brought a lot of attention to the league. But the continued development of Australian basketball from junior levels through the NBL have just made it grow from strength to strength. So hoping to do my part and give back a little bit and help grow the game.
Rowdy, I've been trying to tell these boys about the South East Melbourne Phoenix all season. Right? I told them that they were a playoff team. Now they're championship contenders. How quickly until you can get on the floor? What's the process from here?
It's all about getting flights at the moment. That's hopefully won't be too long. The visa situation obviously is a bit different with, having to get that and an exemption for my family and just flights being so scarce and limited. So hopefully it doesn't take too long. And then we've got the 2-week quarantine, which I don't think anyone really looks forward to, but it's going to, it's just part of keeping everyone safe, and we understand that. So, after that, after we cleared quarantine, I've been, keeping in good shape, working out, doing things day to day to prepare myself for if something did pop up while I was here over in the States, that I'd be ready to go. So, feeling good, feeling fit, feeling strong. So once we clear quarantine, obviously it'll be up to the Phoenix as to how they progress me, but I would hope to get it, with the team pretty quickly and on the court quickly.
Now, merchandise is a big thing before we let you go, mate. What number? Have you decided what number you're going to wear? Is that official so Phoenix can start selling some jerseys?
45, surely.
Well, I'm assuming so, but I'm just making sure.
Yeah, I put in for the request for 45. So just like my Frankston days, my first number. So it's really all about homecoming.
Hey, back in the heartland,
Let's
mate. Hey,
go.
I'll tell you what,
Let's
if you're a
go.
Phoenix fan, you're on top of the world. If you're the rest, if you support anyone else in the NBL right now, you're fairly nervous as well. You should be, mate. Welcome back to Australia when you get here. Can't wait to see you do your thing, mate.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.
He's a superstar and, of course, speaks a lot about the very fact that we're heading towards an Olympics. He wanted to get back on court and he's going to do it in a jersey that, if we got it on up here, I thought that's Kiefer Sykes, who was unbelievable on Sunday. And outside of winning a championship, I can't remember a better 24 hours recently for a franchise. They were able to turn it around and smack the two-time defending champions, franchise record winning margin, and then 24 hours later, they sign a boomer. You've been on their bandwagon for a long time and, we're there now.
Yeah. Above the Phoenix. This league, man.
Yeah, true.
Poppin'!
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Poppin'!
Jock Landale, Deng Adele, Ty Webster.
Come on.
All these guys in the league because, all the things that Corey's been saying. It is a world-class competition. You want to play in the Olympics. You want to get back to the NBA. You want to get to the NBA for the first time, maybe? Come and play in this league.
All right, this is something interesting, and Phoenix did it. Obviously got beaten pretty badly on the Thursday night by Perth in front of their fans, rolled out. No fans, this is the case in Victoria right now, and smacked around Perth. We've seen something like this happen a little bit. We did see it last night with Adelaide, who went home and got beaten fairly easily by Brisbane. And we've seen, of course, with Adelaide a few times. Homicide, I'll go to you first. Is there anything you can put a finger on how we're seeing back-to-backs more common this year? Is there anything you can put a finger on as to why these reversal of results are happening?
It is just extremely difficult to beat the same team twice. I mean, teams obviously are doing a hell of a job with the scouting report. You're playing the same team, so you know the strengths and the weakness. So teams are doing a good job of taking away the priority in their offense, the first two reverses. So you're going to have to get a whole lot more creative. It's chess moves that are happening. It's like a mini playoff. So it's extremely difficult to beat the same team twice. And these are butt whippings that are being taken place. Let's just call it what it is. So at that point, at the end of that game, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and hold yourself accountable. So you want to come out and ensure that does not happen the second time you match up. And that's exactly what's happening.
To put some numbers on this, it's pretty incredible. So far, we've seen 15 times teams have played each other back-to-back in this season. 12 of those times, the team that lost the first one has won the second one. Absolutely incredible. And like Corey says, the adjustments, I'm loving it. It's like a little playoff situation week after week in the regular season. And you can see those adjustments. But I think also motivation is playing a big part. How hard you play. The league is so tight that if you are bringing 99% to the hardwood on any given day, and that other team, they're coming off a loss, maybe they're coming off a butt whooping like took place a couple of times this week for the Phoenix, for Brisbane on their home court, you're going to go down. You have to bring it at a high level every night in this league, and some teams are learning that the hard way right now.
Let's touch on Brisbane for a split second, because they were incredibly disappointing on Saturday night, and they rolled in last night to Adelaide, and a lot of us, you and I did the game, Corey, with Drewy, and the fact is, I think everyone thought that Adelaide going home, momentum, they've obviously been playing really well, they'd win the game. Brisbane, as you touched on, Nathan Sobey spoke pre-game, Vic Law spoke post-game about the very fact is, hey, we're pros. We got on our plane really disappointed ourselves, and that was obvious from the tip last night.
It was, and you talk about the motivation they had, but the adjustment as well with Vic Law he's not really a post guy. He's a small forward over in the NBA, and he's coming here and play power forward. And how big was Humphries?
We'll get to Humphries. Homicide will let loose in a minute.
But that's where he's kind of, see, these sort of actions right there is where he's finding kind of isolation opportunities, but he's not really a post dude. That's not where he's most comfortable. And so to get away from the double teams in Adelaide, they had much more of him on the perimeter. Pick and pop, find him on the arc. He can make plays facing the basket, and as a result, he put 27 on the board, 9 boards, and blew that game apart. So that was a great response from the Bullets, and as a result, these two teams split the double.
And also got to mention Matty Hodgson in last night, straight off the bench. And we know how talented he is and how much of an impact he makes straight off the bench and playing particularly well. Go on, Isaac.
Look, yesterday he got in foul trouble, right? That limited his offensive input. The last game before that, against Brisbane, he destroyed them. You have to double team this guy. He's playing at an elite MVP level. That's my pick early in the year for MVP. I said this, I think, 2 weeks ago. I still stand by it. What he's bringing to the table for Adelaide is unbelievable. Again, we forgot to mention him earlier when we were talking about like Jock Landale.
Oh, yeah.
The thing is that's so great about this league now is that homegrown talent coming back home for whatever reason and knowing that this is a legitimate pathway to get to where they want to go. And they're going to play a bigger role. It's not like the G League. It's like, I'm the guy here. So why not come home, play in my backyard, see my friends and my family, comfortable, safe, more than anything else, and I'm going to thrive. And that's what they're doing. You can see the motivation outside of trying to get to the NBA and winning, trying to get to the finals in this league first and foremost. They're trying to suit up for Japan. So there's even more motivation to play their best. And that's the great thing right now about Australian basketball. Gone are the days where just because you played in the league, in the NBA, you're automatically on the roster for the Boomers. That's not the case. You better come with your game or you'll be sitting next to us.
Well, who's leaving the show if someone comes in?
I'm just saying.
So we know. Hey.
Might be in trouble.
Yeah, no, hey, look at me. I'm trembling. Hey, let's talk about a possible new teammate for Isaac Humphries. Now, it has been reported in a couple of different spaces, and Andrew Gaze went with it last night and said, this is happening. Told us that he was about $30,000 a month short, that's US, to be able to get Brandon Paul, but it looks like he is going to be in a 36ers jersey. Liam Santa Maria, what can you tell us about him?
Well, it's an interesting pickup. You know, this guy with NBA experience, a high-level guy, played at Olympiacos not too long ago, the 1920 season, and 6'4", 29 years of age, could shoot the ball, streaky shooter, a gunner. And they really need some scoring from that spot on the wing there. And that's what we talked about, right? Bring in a guy who can play the 2 and the 3, play alongside Sunday Dech in the starting lineup, bring Tony Crocker off the bench, or you want to mix things up and he can play alongside Crocker on the perimeter there. So it's going to be interesting to see how he goes. But look, just because you played in the NBA doesn't mean you're going to succeed in this league. We have seen it time and time again.
Case in point, the guy he's replacing.
Exactly. And also, the man who's bringing him in, Jeff Van Groningen, has had a fair bit of that experience in recent years, right? You think about Jeremy Tyler and Steve Blake and these types of guys. So we hope and pray he comes in.
Hope and pray.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm with you. I understand.
I want
We
him
hope and pray.
for this team. They can't have a guy come in and be
be a dud
and underwhelm. So that team needs a guy to come in. If it's Brandon Paul, which it seems like it is, come in, get the job done. And I tell you what, though, they're starting from a nice place. I mean, a lot of teams make these import changes and they're last, second last. They've got a losing record. This team has a winning record and they're sitting in the top 4 right now.
All right, one of the best games, I think, of the weekend was Sydney v Illawarra. It was a wonderful game. Before we get into what it all means, does Illawarra get the win? I do want to ask you about Jarrell Martin because it is going to be the talking point, and we did watch late with some injuries, one to him and, of course, some foul-outs, that they were a little bit lack of size. Talk to me about Jarrell Martin. What have you heard?
Yeah, super fun game. It was sad to see him go down. I'm hearing that, happily, it's not as bad as it perhaps could have been or the fears were. So I'm expecting a couple of weeks. Turns out it's his knee. People worrying about all kinds of different things when he went down. So a knee issue of some description. We wait to hear official word, but I'm expecting a few weeks on the sideline.
All right, let's get to the game because it was a great game. Illawarra on the road into Sydney, who played their first home games of the weekend. It was a doozy and it was a great one late, and Illawarra were able to get it done, Homicide.
It was so exciting to watch. I was home watching this game, and that man right there, T-Raw, is that real? He is the real deal, man. He shot that from the Kmart logo. Yes, I'm hyped because he averages one of those a game. His floater is ridiculous. Can we please show the floater? But that man right there was going right back, too. Casper Ware came up big. He's had 3 consecutive good games. It's good to see him in real good form. It was just back and forth. I mean, this battle, and that man right there.
Huge play.
Simon says so. I missed, but I'm going to go get that old board and put it in. I mean, this was just a great seesaw battle, man. Everybody showed up. Brad Newley hit that shot so many times in his career. We've seen it. He had a good look, and he missed it, and it was a great battle for the Derby, and Illawarra comes out with the W.
Much love to Brad Newley. He has been a tremendous player over the course of his career, and he's been shooting the heck out of the ball this year. But Didi Lozada's got to shoot that shot. He's got to shoot that shot. I mean, I know he's just coming back from injury. We know what kind of a shoot. We've seen it, right? Where he gets flowing, and he hadn't been hitting that particular game. But the play was run. He catches it, squares up, rises up, has a wide open look at the rim. If he's going to go on to become the player that we want him and to become, and he has shown the potential to become, he's got to let that thing go.
Agreed. A couple of things that come out of this game. Firstly, Dingadell starting, which I think for Illawarra to have a legitimate chance at a championship, which I think people have got them in that conversation, he needs to be the Dingadell that we all thought he was going to be when he got here. Now, we understand why it's disjointed sort of start for him. Secondly, the league is so much more funner when Casper Ware is doing what he does like that. Like, in the last 3 weeks, and yet again, I'm not a Sydney fan by any stretch of the imagination, but he's done this since he got here, and that is so much fun. And thirdly, I was the first person to say Harvey is going to shoot a floater 3. And he's getting closer and closer and closer. Yeah. He's right there. And I am going to be singing it from the rooftops when it happens, which probably will be this weekend, because we were doing, I think it was you and I were doing the Cairns game, and he's just gone out. And sooner or later, it'll be one of these as he floats it home, and I can't wait.
You talk about his floater game being ridiculous. It's not just... It's the variety of floaters he pulls out. You know, like the lefty take and one finish floater off the board. The fadeaway floater he hits in the lane, a step in front of the three-point line. It's the prettiest shot. I said it on the course, the prettiest shot in the NBL right now by a long way.
And off either foot, which also makes it so difficult to guard, because you think you've got him on a Euro step, or he's about to go with the traditional. Next thing you know, he's just floating it home from 6 foot, and the defender's going, well, I don't know what to do. And the body control that he has to be able to do that is remarkable. Yeah. So, big man, this weekend, man, give me a 3-point floater. All right. Tell you this, history's been made. History has been made.
What happened?
So this time last week, of course, our JD Sports Sneaker of the Week, Casper Ware, got the job done. Have a look at this. He's gone back to back to kickstart our JD Sneaker of the Week. All thanks to JD Sports, the undisputed king of trainers. Have a look at those.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah. Well,
Nike, Kobe, AD, Mid Customs. Those are crazy. That custom is nuts with his name on them.
Now, there's only one thing greater than those kicks this week.
What's that?
I'll tell you this right now.
What?
And I'm looking at you, Liam, because I've known you a long time, and I know you're going to agree with me, because this week, JD Sports are dropping these, the Air Jordan 3 Cool Grey Retro. Have a look at these.
Come at me.
They're back for the first time since they originally landed back in 2007 when Liam and I were rocking them around Melbourne, and they won't be around long. They're launching on Saturday. If you want them, and to be fair, I don't know why you wouldn't, you've got to get involved with JD to get info and to secure your pair, jd-sports.com.au. Them, the 4s and the Air Max 90, the 3 greatest shoes in the history of shoes, and JD Sports have them all. So don't stuff around. They're nice. No, I told you.
They're very nice.
I told you.
I think you might be bang on. 4s for me are kind of the cream of the crop, but those ones right there, very, very nice.
All right. Hey, something we've definitely been, I guess, really aware of in 2020 and 21 is that professional athletes and sporting teams around the world have had to deal with an incredible amount of adversity to, one, and we understand, to do their job to an extent, two, but to give us enjoyment, all us basketball fans and sports fans around the world. So let's give a shout out to the Breakers, who are doing it tough right now. We don't know when they're going to get back to New Zealand. They've been on the road for a long period of time, and this was a great game for a start. Corey Webster, who is involved in studs and duds as a stud this week, Liam, was outstanding. But this Breakers team, and I see the Kings really pushing it and led by Paul Smith. But this was a great game for a great cause. But a big shout out to the Breakers and what they're doing, because we know they're doing it tough, and we thank you.
Yeah, you're right. Well said, Cam. I wrote about it today, and this is a real grind for this team, and the losses aren't helping, right? 4 losses from their first 5 games. But they've been away since before Christmas. There's no light at the end of the tunnel for them in terms of getting home, seeing their family. Corey Webster, his son, celebrated his 5th birthday a couple of days ago, and Corey wasn't able to be there to get involved. He was busy doing that, putting 25 points on the board at over 50% from the field. Great to see him rocking and rolling. But look, things are a struggle for them on and off the floor right now. The Breakers, they led this game by 5 with a tick under 6 minutes to play, and a 20-2 run from the Kings put them to the sword. So it was a disappointing way to finish that game. I thought maybe they were going to get their second win on the board, but all that time on the road, under the strict COVID protocols, we thank them for everything that they're doing to be in the league, to be out there on the floor so that we can watch their talents on display.
I agree. It is extremely difficult to play all your games on the road. It's not an easy league, man. So at some point you need your home behind you, your fans behind you. So guys are doing it tough, but hang in there. At the end of the day, got to figure out ways to get this done on the road. So good luck to you the rest of the way.
And also this, as hard as it is for them, okay, they are talented. They are taking a little while to click, as we've been able to see. But we've also seen at different points in games that they are right on the cusp of getting better each and every week. So at some point, and hopefully sooner rather than later for the Breakers and all their fans, they are going to click, because they are insanely talented, and we see, even in the toughest of circumstances, them playing their best basketball that we all expect.
And I think the thing that's the trickiest, you talk about being in front of your home fans, I feel like it's the time between games that's the trickiest for them right now. Just as a human, the nourishment that you get from spending time with your loved ones, and they're missing that. That's the most difficult part, but you're right, they have a lot of talent. And if they can pull it together, if they can pick up the pace a little bit, get flowing offensively, get some rhythm going, they're going to get on a bit of a roll.
I think was it Paul Smith who went with adopt a breaker on social media? I'm taking Finn Delaney, just for the record, as well. So you guys take whoever you want. But we do appreciate everything that Liam and Corey said. We appreciate all you're doing and looking forward to you continue to play and get better each and every week. All right, talking about getting better each and every week. Well, actually, I can't guarantee it, but it's Santa's watching time. Fire away.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. We start in Sydney, where the Hawkheads are. There they are, though. Yeah. The Hawkheads, they were a little lonely. They were a little lonely at times, the Hawkheads, but they were in the building. This one, I think is it Anthony Drimmick? Look, he's trying to do the right thing, help both guys up, and then, hold on, maybe not the right idea. Sometimes you got to wear your mask, and sometimes you just got to stroke the beard. Speaking of masks, a little bit of a wardrobe malfunction. Well, hey, for Trevor Gleeson, look at Lamar. Look, the handles on display, left, right, but straight out of bounds. Not ideal. Sums it up a little bit for the Breakers. And I like this from Ty Webster. He's like, man, I can't believe it. Let's go! Let's go, boys! Let's go!
Yes!
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Come on, man. Pitch to open, the grand final, and there's a big build-up. You're talking to the hands are up. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support. I'm going to whip this right in. I don't like the first call. Nope. Fast ball, yes. Let's go. And
oh, no.
Come on, Corey. What happened?
All I was thinking was I didn't want to do a 50 Cent.
Well, you went far.
You gotta watch what 50 Cent did when he pitched.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That's so, in my mind, I'm like, listen, just don't pull a 50. Just get it straight to the guy. However you get it, but get it to the back catcher. So for me, I did a good job.
So you're happy with that?
I'm happy with that.
Okay, let's get to the top 10 plays of the week. All thanks to LD Mobile, that certainly does not include that.
It's time to find out who's going to thrive in round 5. It's your LD Mobile NBL Top 10. At number 10, Perth youngster Corey Shervill turns it over, but how's that for development? Corey soaring as he tracks back and smacks that. Mitch Creek gets his shot freaked at number 10. We're on to number 9 for a delightful baseline dime. Lamar Patterson finds Rasmus, and just like Johann Sebastian, Bach loves string music. Rasmus is free for the fourth quarter 3, and that gets in at number 9. At number 8, Bryce Cotton is on the drive, and in a forest of 3 Phoenix trees, the MVP finds Jesse Wagstaff standing free. Cotton gets the assist because Wagstaff didn't miss, and that is in at number 8. We're on to number 7 and watch the Phoenix setting Yanni Wetzel up for the stuff. Cam Glidden goes diagonal to the animal as they're feeling that one at San Diego State. The pretzel making the rim shake. South East Melbourne gets in again at number 7. At number 6, the Sydney Kings get the steal, but with Dang Adele on the hunt, things are getting real. He gets this shot in his sights and takes flight. Adele scraping the clouds as this shot is plowed. At number 6, more Freeway Series action at 5 as Tyler Harvey lets it fly from way outside. Justinian Jessup sees him standing free, and Tyler Harvey drills the last-minute 3 as the Hawks go back-to-back on the countdown at 6 and 5. At number 4, Nathan Sobey getting up off the floor on the pass. Looking like Trey Young as this one sprung. Vic Law showing off the magic hops as he drops in at number 4. At number 3, Brisbane's just wondering, when's he gonna pass? When's he gonna pass? But Sobey won. Kenobi kept his foot on the gas. Sobey rising higher than a church steeple and then hammering this one home for all the people. He's in again at number 3. On to number 2, and check out the next star. No Harlem Globetrotter has handles hotter. Justinian Jessup going behind the back twice, and we know his jumper's ice. The future Golden State Warrior gets in at number 2. But at number 1, it's a gorgeous Phoenix play design, and there goes Kiefer Sykes a-flying. A couple of screens, and then he gets obscene. Rising so high in the lane, it looks like a video game. Kiefer Sykes is bringing the pain as he eventually lands at number 1 on the NBL. Cut it!
Well, thanks to LD Mobile. That's the top 10 plays of the week. Decent dunk. Kiefer Sykes, who's had an outstanding start to his career.
Decent. He's your height.
Come on, man. Decent.
Jesus.
That's as much as you're going to give Kiefer Sykes?
That won't be. That was a great dunk, right?
Thank you.
That won't be in the top 5 plays of NBL 21 by the end of the year.
Maybe the first one when he dunked on Isaac Humphries will be.
Did we show that there?
That was a great play.
That was a great play.
A hell of a
Great
play.
Now, you know what?
Come on, Cam.
Hang on, firstly,
Hell of a pass.
Great
the pass was better than the dunk.
Come
Oh
on.
my
man.
gosh, yo.
I love Kiefer Sykes. I'm not against Kiefer
Spoken
Sykes.
like a man who's never
Never
thrown
played
down.
ball.
I'm not against Kiefer Sykes. I'm simply saying Glidden's pass was absolutely on the money. Well-deserved number 1 pick at number 1. Now, quickly, you've thrown me. What was I going to say? No, I was going to go back to next Wednesday because it was great to see. We didn't talk a great deal about Melbourne United still undefeated, but the fact is that they went home, the Hawks, as Illawarra. The joint was popping. Mitch McCarron was incredible, and we got treated to a wonderful game. It's 6 days ago now. It feels like a lifetime ago with some changes, but it was a wonderful contest.
Good call to shout out that game before we close out because it was a while ago, but it was elite. Great game to watch, and as I wrote today, an under-the-radar, really quality win from Melbourne United.
Huge.
No Chris Golding, no Shea Yelly, no Joe Luala-Chul. 3 key pieces of the rotation, and Mitch McCarron, from the moment he stepped out on the floor, was in refuse-to-lose mode, and that was a big-time performance from him.
And shout out to Too Fast, Too Furious, Tokyo Drift, a.k.a. Yude Baba, came and gave them defensively, he is a beast. He really is. You kind of forget that he's like really 6'1.5", 6'5".
So
And
quick.
he's so aggressive, and in the open court, he's so explosive. He can score in the mid-range. He can put the ball on the deck in the half court. Like, he has everything.
We've got 15 seconds. Agree.
Shout out to Scotty Hobson showing up.
Give me a
That's what I'm talking
quick
about.
name. Who is the Rookie of the Year right now?
Dejan Vasiljevic.
Dion Vasiljevic.
Yeah. We all agree. We all agree. You ready for this? Hashtag NBL overtime.
do it.
That's
Oh,
blocked.
God.
Look at this. This is called the oopsie oopsie. Oh. So yeah.
He had me in tears when he pulled that out.